I feel like a nasty, yucky monster, but I don't like it. I don't like being this person. I don't like being this size.
I live with my husband, Freddie, and my mom, and I feel like a burden to him. I feel like a burden to my family. I feel like a burden to everyone that's in my life.
Amber calls herself a nasty, yucky monster. Feeling so hopeless, she sometimes wishes she'd never been born. She's isolated, immobile, and her world has shrunk to the four walls of her home. The physical pain is immense, but the emotional agony, that is what is truly crushing her. She's literally crying for help from a soul trapped inside an overweight body that's failing her. This, a human being literally suffocating under the weight of her own despair. It's a tragic beginning to a desperate story.
I have struggled with my weight my whole life. When I was 5, I think I weighed close to 160 pounds. I was a little kid that didn't know how to take care of myself emotionally or physically.
Now, let's talk about the root of this torment. At 5 years old, she weighed 160 pounds. Folks, how does that even happen? Then, at 16, a doctor makes her use a special wheelchair scale. The humiliation must have been excruciating. This is frankly beyond genetics. This is a childhood soaked in chaos and emotional neglect. She learned to love herself by eating, a twisted coping mechanism born from a desperate need for comfort. Her body became a shield against a world that constantly shamed her.
I do feel guilty about bringing the food, but at the same time, it's so hard to stop.
Carnitas, please. Shouldn't eat all this.
But, I mean, what else do you do when you love somebody, right?
I'm so afraid that I will get so big.
All right, here's the sad truth. The support system is often the biggest saboteur. Her boyfriend Rowdy openly admits he feels guilty bringing her unhealthy food, but he does it anyway. What else do you do when you love somebody? He asks. You say no. That's what you do. You don't feed the addiction that is actively killing the person you claim to love. Her parents are just as bad, buying her ice cream and junk food. They are spectators feeding lions at a zoo, pretending they're helping. It's absolutely enraging.
This is a bad situation. Amber is surrounded by enabler with her family. She has to be willing to make changes that she needs. I want to see some weight loss from her before I even consider her for any kind of surgery.
And then, Doctor now arrives, the truth nuke himself, ready to blast through this denial. He stares directly at Amber, then at her parents and Rowdy, and calls them all out as enablers. No gentle words, just the stark reality that their love is killing her. He demands she lose 20 pounds in 1 month, not as a punishment, but as proof of her commitment. He tells them if the dynamic doesn't change, he can't help her, and she will die.
For solace, for comfort, I can't do that anymore. I have to reprogram myself, and I have to make the change now if the doctor is going to keep helping me make the change.
Well, the road trip to Houston is a nightmare, and the stress hits her hard. She's overwhelmed, vomiting, and completely drained. This is the physical manifestation of addiction fighting back. She realizes her old coping mechanisms are gone, and the food is no longer a comfort, so she cooks herself a healthy dinner, resisting the junk food her boyfriend conveniently brings. This moment of clarity amidst the discomfort is crucial. She's facing the painful truth that she has to reprogram her entire existence.
She had anxiety attack. She always used food to cope with stress and anxiety. Now the food is not so much of an option.
This is the tough love turning point that hits like a freight train. Amber lands in the emergency room with chest pain, and doctor now diagnoses it as a severe anxiety attack. He lays it out. Food was her only coping mechanism, and now that it's gone, her anxiety is running wild. He demands she see a therapist, making it clear that her physical health is inextricably linked to her mental health. This isn't just about weight loss anymore. It's about saving her from her own mind, forcing her to confront her emotional demons head on. It's a terrifying but necessary wake-up call.
That I wasted all of my youth being immobile and massive and like too fat to kind of enjoy it. Like I'm really mad right now. Like I'm mad at myself. Like why did I let that happen?
Now this is where the real work happens. In therapy, Amber finally unloads the decades of self-criticism and disappointment she's internalized. She cries, acknowledging her anger at herself for wasting her youth, for being too fat to enjoy it. And the thing is, that this isn't weaponized sadness to gain sympathy. This is a genuine catharsis, a raw emotional breakthrough. The therapist validates her anger but urges her to let go of the past. She's finally processing the deep wounds that fueled her addiction, proving she's ready to heal emotionally, not just physically.
Like turning the wheel and...
Feels fine. I'm surprised I can do this. I wasn't expecting it to be so easy. Felt really good. How did I do?
Good. okay?
I'm not as far gone as I thought I was.
Look at this. She's back behind the wheel of a car, driving herself, feeling natural and independent. She's reclaiming her life through this simple physical act. From being housebound, relying on everyone for everything, to having the freedom of the open road, it's an incredible milestone. This moment is a roaring blaze of true progress. It's the reward for her courage and commitment to rewriting her own story. This confidence, this independence, is far more valuable than any number on the scale.
I'm eating healthy and I'm working out.
I'm able to go out in the world and kind of enjoy life a bit more.
Life is totally different for me now. Today I'm going to the zoo with Rowdy. It should be a lot of fun.
And here we are, at the beginning of a new life. Amber is no longer the nasty, yucky monster. She's shopping for healthy food, exercising, and even going on dates with Rowdy to the zoo. She's breaking up with the old Amber, the one who was defined by her weight and her fears. This transformation is awesome. She's finally living her life, enjoying the world, and actively managing her anxiety without turning to food. She grabbed that second chance with both hands, and it's truly inspiring.
My weight is ruining my life, and I feel like I'm drowning in my fat. It suffocates me, and I'm very miserable. I'm not able to sit in the shower anymore.
People, we are barely 30 seconds into this absolute tragedy. Shani is literally drowning in her own body, suffocated by her size, claiming she hates her body so much. Look at this scene. Her husband Freddie is her sole lifeline, performing every intimate task, from bathing her to drying her painful skin folds. She talks about the lymphedema, those brick-like growths on her legs, and the constant knife-like agony. This is not living. This is a slow, agonizing death sentence playing out in a single room.
Because there was one time where we was at my uncle's house and I was molested by my cousin.
Now, let's rewind to the origin of this crushing addiction. At 5 years old, Shani was molested by her cousin. That trauma, raw and unaddressed, immediately led her to food. Food became her only friend, her only comfort, a silent shield against a world that had betrayed her so brutally young. She started sneaking food right after, finding solace in every bite. It is a heartbreaking explanation for such a devastating path. Her childhood was consumed by trauma, setting the stage for a lifetime of using food as a false protector.
Right here, get 2 of them. Okay, come on. Here's the sugar. We need some sugar. I need it. I can't eat spaghetti without sugar. I wanted some chocolate milk, but...
Folks, look at this. It is a spectacle of sabotage on a silver platter. Shani, barely able to move, demands grease for frying and insists on having sugar for her spaghetti. Her husband, Freddie, admits he is scared to tell her no because she will get mad. Make it make sense. He is literally feeding her addiction out of fear of an argument. This is not love. This is a toxic web of enabling. Freddie is not supporting her recovery. He is actively participating in her demise. We are watching a clear live example of codependency in its most destructive form.
The reason that you're even alive is because you're young. How much you weighed when you were 18, 10 years ago?
I would have stayed in her 3s, about 340, 350.
And then, the voice of truth arrives. Dr. Nauzaradin cuts through all the excuses. He throws her numbers onto the table. 665 pounds, a BMI of 123 for someone who is 5 feet 1 inch, and a doubling of her weight in 10 years. He tells her she is only alive because she is young. Then he delivers the hard truth, calling Freddie her enabler, feeding her whatever, whenever. Dr. Now is not here for soft words. This is a matter of life and death, and the whole family has to get on board, starting with Shanae.
If you're at 693 and that is a 28-pound weight gain.
After traveling thousands of miles and supposedly moving to Houston to lose weight, Shani steps on the scale and she has gained 28 pounds. Her immediate excuse? Her legs are swollen from fluid. Dr. Now, ever the master of cutting through the nonsense, shuts it down. He has heard that one 1,000 times. Fluid does not account for a 28-pound gain. He tells her she is still eating over 10,000 calories a day. This weight gain is a direct slap in the face to the doctor's instructions and her own life.
She's trying to find a quick fix to avoid doing the hard work, but she still gained. We checked her weight and she is 712 pounds.
Here it is, Doctor. Now unleashes the hammer. He details her missed therapy appointments, her stomach pain charade, and the shocking discovery of her taking 5 times the safe amount of diuretics. This is pure desperation and a dangerous quick fix attempt. He then reveals the staff caught Freddie sneaking in pizzas and burgers for her. Her weight has ballooned to 712 pounds. This is outright sabotage by both Shani and her enabler. Dr. Now's frustration is understandable. He's justifiably outraged at their blatant disregard for her life.
21 pounds. That's 91 pounds in 1 month. All right. In the first 5 days, you lost, what, 30 pounds?
In a shocking twist, after a controlled hospital stay, Shani somehow manages to lose 91 pounds in a month. 91! Dr. Now is pleased with this appearance of progress. He tells her if she loses another 30 pounds in the next month, she will be approved for surgery. But the skepticism hangs heavy in the air. This feels less like a true turning point and more like a forced compliance under strict supervision. Can she replicate this outside the hospital's rigid structure? This moment of hope is a tightrope walk over a chasm of past failures.
What I'm telling you is not a matter of faith.
It's a matter of medicine and science and physiology.
And I understand that, but do you believe in God?
This phone call is next level, people. When Dr. Now confronts her about her lies and weight gain, Shani abruptly changes course, demanding to know if Dr. Now believes in God. What does that have to do with her 700-pound body? She uses her faith as a shield, attempting to discredit him when he will not validate her delusions. She tells him God is her doctor and healer, implying his medical expertise is irrelevant. This is not genuine spiritual conviction. It is weaponized sadness, a desperate attempt to manipulate and control the narrative and deflecting all accountability.
Please leave your message.
Yeah, Freddie, this is Dr. Nazardan. Shanae missed her appointment, didn't show up.
And there you have it, folks. The tragic and all too predictable conclusion. Shani missed her final appointment. She stopped answering calls. She is officially dropped from Dr. Now's program. A complete lack of compliance. A total rejection of help. She chose to cling to her delusions and her enabler. The journey ends not with a cheer, but with a silent, empty voicemail message. Her opportunity was wasted. Dr. Now gave her every resource, every tool, every chance, but she refused to do the work. It is a heartbreaking testament to the power of addiction over the will to live.
When I wake up, the pain that I feel is overwhelming. Every bone in my being is telling me to lay back down. It's miserable.
Nikki is drowning, trapped in a body that feels like a cage. She wakes up to overwhelming pain, every single bone screaming at her to stay down. This life is a slow, agonizing descent into despair. She confesses she hates her body. And honestly, can you blame her? The simple act of moving, even just getting into the shower, is an exhausting, breathless ordeal. She avoids mirrors because the reflection of her physical prison is too painful to bear. Living is a nightmare where every moment is a battle against her own flesh.
When I start my day, I can't wait to start eating.
Okay, sweetie, I'm gonna send it up.
Alrighty. My dad will make me a plate and send it up to me so I don't have to go downstairs again until breakfast.
You see Nikki's dad bringing her plates of food upstairs, basically waiting on her hand and foot. Her mother openly admits that Nikki learned to work them from a young age, and now she just gives her whatever she wants. People, this is a glaring example of love gone terribly, tragically wrong. This is not support. It is active participation in her demise. They are, quite literally, helping her eat herself to an early grave, all while she retreats to her room to eat in secret, finding her happy place where no one can judge her addiction.
That's when I started to notice that I wasn't like everyone else. I don't fit in my desk as well as the girl sitting next to me.
Now, let's talk about the raw wounds that started it all. Nikki began gaining weight at a shocking 4 years old. By 10, she was 140 pounds, feeling alien, different, literally not fitting into her own desk. You hear that, guys? A child feeling like she does not belong. Her parents, in a desperate attempt, put her on countless diets. But for little Nikki, it felt like a constant battle to be fixed. She carried the weight of feeling like a failure, never measuring up to the daughter her mom wanted.
I'm Dr. Nazardan.
Nikki Webster.
How are you today?
Doing well.
So you're 650 pounds?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's bring in Dr. Now. Nikki steps on the scale at a shocking 649 pounds, her highest ever. Dr. Now wastes no time cutting through her vague excuses about cravings. He systematically exposes her daily eating habits, multiple fast food stops, plus dinner at home, and then he lands the ultimate truth bomb on her parents. He states unequivocally that if they are giving her food, they are enabling her, and they are helping to kill her. There is no gray area, no fine line, just deadly codependence. He tells her the chances of her making it to 40 are not good. Talk about a wake-up call.
Your EKG look good, but chest X-ray indicate that you may have what we call a pulmonary hypertension.
What does that mean?
That means your weight.
The journey is never a straight line, people. After a monumental 63-pound weight loss, Nikki is confronted with a crushing setback. Dr. Now's test reveals she has pulmonary hypertension. Her heart is struggling, unable to deliver enough oxygen. He tells her she needs to lose another 50 pounds, or surgery is simply not an option. You see the devastation on her face, the tears. This is the moment where her sheer physical struggle could halt everything. It is a stark reminder that even with progress, her body is still fighting against itself, but she is not giving up. Not yet.
Therapist today. Hi.
My name's Lee.
I'm Nikki.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Come
to
on
meet
in.
you. All right.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about why you're here?
This is where the real work begins, folks. Nikki courageously steps into therapy, ready to unearth the hidden demons that drove her addiction. She reveals the deep-seated pain of feeling invisible, of being in the background as her sisters got married. Food became her coping mechanism, a silent escape from feeling unseen. Her therapist, a true guide, validates her struggle, explaining that 88% of this battle is subconscious. She reassures Nikki that she is strong enough. This is not just about diets anymore. This is about dismantling a lifetime of emotional self-sabotage, brick by painful brick.
About when she distanced herself from me because of my weight. So I asked her if I could show her some of my new makeup. Do I really look that different to you?
Yes, you do.
I know that my weight has always...
Let's focus on the confrontation itself. Nikki finally sits down with her sister Courtney, ready to face the pain of their estrangement. Courtney, in a raw, emotional confession, admits how hard it was to step back, how agonizing it was to watch her sister dying, and how she worried she would never see her again. You can see the weight of years of unspoken hurt finally lift as they hug. This isn't just family drama, it is a critical breakthrough. Healing these deep emotional wounds is just as vital as the physical transformation. She is tearing down walls, both internal and external.
Goal has been to hit 449 pounds within a year, and I'm excited to see what the scale says.
People, this is a triumphant moment, hard-earned and undeniable. Nikki hits the 1-year mark, stepping onto the scale with a mix of nerves and hopeful anticipation. The number, a staggering 443 pounds. She has lost over 200 pounds in a year. Dr. Now is visibly proud, confidently stating she will reach her target weight. This is not a lucky break or a quick fix. This is the direct result of consistent, brutal work. Her surgery, previously a distant dream, is now her earned reward. This is a powerful testament to what happens when you fully commit to saving your own life.
Nikki's weight loss has just had a positive effect, not only on her, of course, but also on our whole family. She is doing much more.
Look at her now. Nikki is a completely transformed woman, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. She can actually do her job, measuring costumes without relying on others. She is actively helping her brother Chris, something she only dreamed of before. Her relationships with her sister and mother are healing, forged anew through honest, painful conversations. A year ago, she felt completely debilitated, planning her own funeral. Today, she is vibrant, engaged, and full of life. This weight loss is a full-blown resurrection. She took control, and the world opened up.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't have pain. Just about any movement hurts. And just walking the 20 feet from my bed to my bed is extremely painful. My weight has made it almost unbearable to get around. The normal things that everybody does is so hard to do when you're my size.
People, this is Ashley, and her opening statement hits hard. There is not a day that goes by without pain. Just standing to walk a mere 20 feet to her bathroom is an excruciating ordeal. She is terrified of falling through her own bathtub. This isn't just about weight anymore, folks. This is a complete physical breakdown, a body that has become its own torturous prison. She has this thing hanging off of her, her massive apron belly, so heavy it threatens to physically break her back. Her world has shrunk to agony, a suffocating existence where even basic hygiene is a monumental struggle.
Divorce. My mom took my siblings and I with her, but she was never around because of her drug addiction. So we spent a lot of time with babysitters. And when I was 6, my babysitter's husband started molesting me.
Now, let's peel back the layers to the root of this crushing addiction. Ashley's childhood was a battlefield. Parents divorcing at 5, a mother lost to drug addiction, and then, at 6, the unimaginable molestation by her babysitter's husband. She speaks of sacrificing herself to protect her younger siblings, carrying that horrific secret alone. No child should ever have to bear such a burden. Food became her silent confidant, her only means of survival in a world that had failed her so profoundly. This is the origin of her comfort eating, the deep wound that food was desperately trying to patch.
I hate people staring at me.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get to eat.
Jacob knows if I'm upset, he needs to get me something to eat quickly. If I'm hurting, I want to turn something that's gonna make me feel better.
Alright, let's talk about the enabling. Ashley is deeply tragically dependent on food for comfort, especially when upset. Her husband Jacob knows this, and his response is to get her fast food quickly. He is actively feeding the monster that is destroying her life. He pulls into the drive-thru, orders 20 chicken tenders and rolls, knowing it is her escape. This is not supporting her. It is participating in her self-destruction. Food, she says, is like sex. It makes her feel good, and she can't stop once she starts. This is a toxic dance of codependency, pure and simple.
With life without constantly eating. Now that she's over 700 pounds, she's not very functional on her own, and she's eating constantly. So someone must be bringing her all the food.
Enter Dr. Now, the unyielding voice of truth. He confronts Ashley head-on, 725 pounds at only 27 years old. He instantly diagnoses her husband Jacob as an enabler, stating he is overweight himself and making poor choices. Dr. Now's words are a punch to the gut. You're not gonna make it much beyond 30. This is not a suggestion. It's a death sentence if she doesn't change. He lays down a non-negotiable plan, a 1,200 calorie diet with a target of 50 pounds lost in 1 month. The stakes have never been clearer. It is do or die.
All right, man, let me get a ultimate bacon cheeseburger. Make it a large. You want the salad or you just want the chicken flakes? Okay.
I'm trying.
Here's the first real test, and it's a classic stumble. Ashley and Jacob are moving, a stressful event that immediately pushes them back to old habits. Fast food. She's trying to find something healthy, but Jacob is still ordering hamburgers, seemingly without a second thought. The tension is palpable. Ashley admits she wished for more of his support, but ultimately, she knows it is her willpower that truly counts. It is a moment of painful clarity, realizing that the comfort food provides is deeply ingrained, and replacing it is the hardest part. This is addiction's relentless grip.
Right now, I'm taking Ashley to emergency surgery. Talking to her husband, it seems like she's been dealing with a lot of anxiety.
Folks, this is a nuclear option, a life or death moment. Ashley is rushed into emergency surgery for a perforated ulcer, a direct consequence of her body breaking down. Doctor now suspects she has been abusing pain medication to cope with her escalating anxiety. Now that food is no longer an option, her stomach is literally spilling gastric fluid into her abdominal cavity. This is not a setback. It is her body's final, desperate cry for help. Her physical crisis forces her to face the brutal truth that her self-destructive coping mechanisms are killing her. This is a brutal, definitive turning point.
It was a long recovery in the hospital, but I'm able to walk some with a walker right now. So Dr. Nazardin discharged me and is sending me to see a therapist.
This is it, the emotional breakthrough. Ashley bravely finally sits down with a therapist, ready to confront the unspeakable. She reveals the core trauma, the molestation at 6, the burden of protecting her siblings. Her therapist recognizes the immense weight she has carried, the sacrifice, and the resulting flood of emotions once food is no longer a coping mechanism. Ashley admits food almost killed her, and it is no longer her comfort. This is raw, visceral healing beginning. It is painful, necessary, and the first step towards building a new, healthy emotional foundation.
Been making good progress, and I'm excited to see if I hit my goal of losing 225 pounds.
And just look at her now. After a year of incredible highs and devastating lows, Ashley achieves a monumental victory. She steps on the scale and the number is 470 pounds. She has lost a phenomenal 255 pounds. Dr. Now is beaming with pride, recognizing her hard work. This is not just a number, people. It's a testament to her unwavering spirit. The family dynamic has also shifted. Jacob and her mom are now actively incorporating healthy eating into their lives. This isn't just about weight loss. This is the rebuilding of a life, brick by hard-earned brick.
And told him that I'm going with him and Jake on their fishing trip this time. And it was so wonderful to see him light up with excitement. I'm doing things now that I haven't done in...
What a transformation! Ashley is living a brand new life, vibrant and engaged. She surprises Patrick by joining him and Jacob on a fishing trip, doing things she never imagined possible. Seeing her son light up with joy, knowing she is actively participating in his life, is everything. She talks about going to aquariums and zoos with him. This is not just existing, this is fully embracing life. She is a big part of her family now, giving back instead of being cared for. She declares she will never do anything to lose this precious gift again. What an inspiring testament to resilience.